Hello. Oh, hi. Fancy seeing you here. Hi, how's it going? Microphone working okay. Camera working okay. Lighting looking a little bit better. Worked on the lighting a little bit. Hope you guys like it. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. How's it going, everyone? I go by Mechanical Beanstalk. I'm a variety streamer who tries to do more off-the-radar games, which includes games that have a very strong community presence, or modded presence, or indies or retros, or need a little bit more time in the spotlight, rather. Today we're playing a game, we're starting to play some DS games. I actually never really got around to the majority of DS games out there. 3DS, Nintendo DS, but there's a lot of really interesting hidden gem classics out there, as I understand it. One of the ones that we're playing today is supposed to be called 999. Okay, it's called 9 persons, 9 doors, 9 rooms. I want to say it is. I'm such a professional, but yeah, it's kind of like a narrative, almost like storybook game for the most part. There's a lot of heavy reading, stuff like that, but every so often it takes a break, and there's certain puzzle games. You have to use the stylus to kind of navigate around through certain the kind of escape room like traps and stuff like that in order to survive. There's multiple different endings to the game, yeah, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see how it is, see if it's any good. And hopefully you guys will like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. That's my segue. That's what I do. But yeah, if you could like and follow and subscribe, I really would appreciate it if you would do so. I do stream Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings, and mostly games like this, like kind of games that need a little bit more time in the spotlight. They need to like be able to spread the word about, different gameplay experiences. That's what I'm trying to do anyways. But yeah, let's go into it. I don't think there's anything else to say, really. Week has been kind of, work is work. It is what it is. Hopefully I'll level up to one day be able to do this full time, but it's that's another day. It's another day. Yeah, everything seems to be going okay. Everything's running okay. Game is running okay on current day hardware. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see here. Boop. Let's go back. Let's see. Can I go back? Back. So let me let it run a little bit. Has a very wild intro. It's a very I don't know, 2000s. When was this made? 2009. Okay, going back in time, my friend. I'm not old, you're old. Okay. But yeah, everything seems to be running okay. Here we go. Look at this. Why do I feel? Why do I know? How do I know? Why? Why do I know? I don't know. These things! Oh my lord, where am I? Why am I here? What is the significance of the number 9? Have you ever heard the story about over 1,500 victims? Oh my lord. Telepathic mechanism hypothesis. What? Or maybe it's about the devil. What? Usually I get into this like I go into these games blind, just so we can all enjoy the first impressions with each other. You're 0. That doesn't make any sense. Vacant. Seek a door that carries a 9. Oh, okay, that's the. Oh, I see. The significance of 9. 9. That is the time you begin to make your. Oh yeah, that's right. 9 hours is one of the ones. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. So if you don't finish by the 9th hour, I suppose you die? I guess we'll see. Continue, start. Let's start. I think you only need the stylus for this. Let's see. Yes. All right. Okay. You guys should take bets as to how long it's going to take me to actually die in this game. Let's see. This game is fiction. Oh my. Oh. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. Okay, cool. Excuse me. Okay. Come on, I only have 9 hours to do this. Uh-oh! Wait! Wait! You gave me 9 hours! That's less than 9 hours. Oh my lord. Man, last time I signed up for a cruise ship, man. Crazy. Menu? Okay. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. Wait, can I just, like, click on the menu? Oh, I can. Start save map calculation file. As he adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow! With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. His balance lost in his still fuzzy mind, struggling to understand what was going on. Junpei tumbled down the cold gray floor. Bad job. Oh, dagnabbit. Oh, what the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. This is my dramatic reading, by the way. I'm doing a lot of text, so might as well. Gotta make sure that keep hydrated. Anyways. The fall had shaken the last of the cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he had fallen from. It was a bed. Okay. A level 3 bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk. His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead, where he'd slammed against the low ceiling. He wondered if that bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but as he looked around, he realized this was real. The whole room was shaking. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Getting up? Okay. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. Okay. Old-timey kettle. Okay. And muttered to himself, Where am I? His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sounds of metal squeaking. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things the sound could have been, and none of the things he could think of were good. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. Okay. So this is supposed to be like an escape room mentality, right? So I think I'm assuming that like I pull in the teapot and something else will pop out. The level 3 bunk bed had a mattress that were so thin they were little more than blankets. Okay. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was a number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. Okay. 5? What's this 5 mean? Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. So you got a card reader and a latch. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! It's me, Junpei! There's no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. Don't do that, you're going to break your hand. And stopped. What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of some sort he'd never seen before. Looks like a watch. In the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. Okay. After all, it showed only a single number. 5. That's the same as the door. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what they might mean. All he knew that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. Okay. Junpei flicked his hand over as if to remove the watch, but let's see, make sure everything's looking okay. Everything seems okay. Junpei flicks his watch over as if to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps, I'm not really sure, like, what I should really be focusing on, if anything. If this is just like a part of the puzzle, or is it just like the initial, you know, introduction? You know what I'm saying? He pushed the rivets in, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting time or date, but on this bracelet they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Growing more and more desperate, he began to tug at it. However... Damn it! It's no good. Damn thing won't come off. The steel ring ran from the face, around Junpei's wrist, and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode. Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? 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 What? It was at the moment that he noticed the window. The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, just like a window from the early 20th century ship. What? What? Am I on a ship? Junpei walks slowly towards the window. He could see... Oh, God. He could see nothing beyond it, but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here? Okay. Wait, can I save? Save? Yes. Okay. Finish shaving, okay. No, I'm good. A crack split in the glass of the window, and just for a moment, Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? What the hell, goddammit? Junpei yelled and spun around. He felt his feet slipping in the water, already coming through the window. He ran to the door. Hey! Anyone! Is anyone out there? Come on, if you're there, say something. There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and quickly rising towards his knees. Things were not looking good for old Junpei. For old Junpei. Always get into some sort of shenanigans. Not good at all. He needed to find a way out, and quickly. Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Okay. Seek a way out. Okay, can I pause? Third class cabin. Hopefully I'm not timed, because I would hate this. Operations, okay, it's prologue. Cool. Operations during escape. During escape, you can move to different parts of the room by touching the bottom screen, okay? Since many areas require a very exact selection, we recommend to use the stylus, okay? Searching during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background to search anywhere in the room, okay? While it's actually While it's describing, let's look around really quick. So, to be honest, I've never been in an escape room, but I would think that first things you would have to do would be, because people tend to, if they make an escape room, they tend to want you to solve it to some extent, right? So you think anything that stands out first would be a thing you actually want to gravitate towards. So the stove, the sink, let's see here. The bed, I mean, in that order. Stove, sink, bed. I don't think anything else is too crazy. Okay, so let's do that. Areas you can investigate will be highlighted yellow the moment you touch. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom screen. Doing so will change the viewing angle of the room and move you to different locations. Okay, you can do the same thing by pressing left or right or down on the control pad. I do have a control pad with me. Bird's eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch the X on the camera icon on the bottom. Okay, this will show you where you are and what direction you are facing. Okay, saving during escape. Pressing start will allow you to save. Thank you. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of escape. The purpose... Why would you want to escape? I don't know. The purpose of escape is to get out of the room. Great. How you do that depends on the room, okay? You need to search all the room to discover what you'll need to do. Search for hints and items. They may help you find a way out. Okay. Pause. Can I pause? Pause? Doesn't matter. Shark for life. What's going on? Oh, I've never played it. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay, first off, stove. Okay. Okay, let's see if there's anything in here. Okay. Hell, looks like there's the key. Huh. A key? Yeah, there's a little... I'm not sure if I'm timed or not. I'm assuming it's timed, but we'll see. Okay, there's a little blue key in the bottom of the pot. Odd, okay. About items. During escape, investigating certain parts of the room will allow you to obtain items, okay? Once you've obtained the item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Touching L on the top left will take you to the item screen. Maybe I should actually use the controller too. Item screen, okay. While on the item screen, you'll be able to investigate, hold, and combine items you found, okay. If you want to investigate an item that you found, touch the icon for that item in the item screen, okay. And then touch search in the right corner of the bottom screen, okay. So you can search individual items. Okay, it looks like a little plastic key. The key's pretty small. Definitely not for a door, okay. What is it for then? Okay, so maybe there's another panel or something that was, because we probably need a key card in order to get out, right? So, small key blue. This key's blue. Is this supposed to open something else blue? Okay, that's a good theory. So let's take a look. Investigate with an item. Touching an item while on the item screen will select that item. While the item is selected, touching the back will return you to the room. Investigation screen, and then you look down at the bottom of the corner of the bottom screen, you should see the icon. This shows you that you're holding the icon. The item, rather. If you hold the item while investigating a room, you may trigger your reaction. Investigate suspicious areas with different items to see if anything happens. Press up on the control pad will select another item for you to hold. Okay, go back. This is the door to the stove. Can I get it open? Well, it opens easy enough, sure. Sure wish the door out of here was easy to open. Okay. Well, that solves the mystery of whether or not this stove has been used before. What's this? It looks red. Okay. A normal screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Okay. Got it. Combine. I don't know if I will need to combine. Is that this is totally a stove. Nothing inside though. Okay, so we only have that. Okay, we don't really need to. Okay. Oops. Okay. Look at that. Okay. There's some hangers in the pole. Okay, open up the briefcase. There's a lock in this briefcase. It won't budge. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. Okay, a number. Can I just see if the keys fits? Okay. Huh? I guess this is the wrong key. Okay. It looks like the right size, but I can't get into the hole. Okay. So it's the right size. Got it. Go back. I feel like I gotta, like, hustle. Oh, okay. There's a blue case on the bed. Let's go back there. Go back. Okay. Go back. Bed. Go back. And then, okay. Open. Doesn't matter what I do, this thing won't budge. I guess it's locked. Is it just like the red briefcase? Okay. Can I change the combo? Okay, alright, let's see what happens if I put this blue key in there. Okay, and nothing. Okay, so I have to have a combination. I guess I'm going to need some sort of code for the dial. Minigame. During escape, your investigation may trigger one of several minigames, okay? All operations from the minigames are done by touching the bottom screen. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or touch the right thing. Okay. Operating instructions. Touching the dial will cause it to move. I'm kind of stressed out a little bit. Touching the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way and touch the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Okay, back. Okay, I don't think it's going to open it yet. Yeah, right. Let's find, there must be a combination somewhere. Not gonna help. Okay, Junpei, don't freak out. Keep it cool. Look around for some more clues. Yes. Okay, back. Look around. Can I look up in the bunk? There's a pipe at the other end of the bed. There's nothing on top. Okay, cool. This one? I can't keep looking till the cows come home. All I'm gonna find up here is that pillow. Damn it. Isn't there anything else I can use? Okay, let's, I guess, leave the bed alone. What's this over here? What is? It's a mirror? Oh, what? Oh, it's a, okay, closet. Got it. Red key. Got it. I'm assuming it's the same. Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stared back at him from the mirror, but he had scarcely recognized himself. What's up with my face? His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale, and the dark circles under his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? Even as he said it, something in his mind opened, and a memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. Junpei! This is God! No, I don't know. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment, a small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. Okay. 2000s. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he's been there for 3 years and 7 months. Okay. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber. Their cold light illuminated the landscape that he'd come home to so many times before. Everything it was as he left it. The magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CDs covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he worn the day before and then tossed onto the floor. There's one thing that didn't belong, however. The assailant! There's a breeze. Breaths of cold night air wafted into his apartment, carrying the smells of autumn with them. The white curtain framing his window swayed gently in the wind. Huh, that's weird. Did I leave that open? Oh no! Junpei walked towards the window, trying to remember if he closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around. Derp. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Junpei shrugged. He must have just left it open earlier. He closed the window. I would be so paranoid. I am so paranoid. If I ever came home and my windows were just open, I would move to another house. Wait. I'd probably get my wife. I'd probably get her first, and then move to another house. I gotta say, I do have priorities. Okay, Shark for Life, Man, and Jason Mask. Yeah, you must have. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Man and Jason Mask. Just my roommate. Don't worry about it. Oh! No! Junpei turned and found himself face the mask. Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed all in black. The man wore a deep hood and bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden. Junpei tried to scream, but all he could manage was a strangled croak. He tried to step towards the man, but his legs would no longer support his weight. Junpei collapsed on the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs, like a discarded puppet. Oh. Too late. He noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick, the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind beginning to fade as well, a white haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision. Consider it as a privilege. I don't know. I need to get like a voice changer. Voice modulator. You've been chosen. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh. Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen. I don't know. Doesn't really sound that great. It was cold and harsh and distorted in some way that Junpei couldn't put his finger on. You are going to participate in a game. The Nonary Game. Is that how you say it? Is a game where you put your life on the line. That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness slip away into the white mist. That's right. The guy with the gas mask. That son of a B-word must have taken me here. As to who the man was, or might have been, Junpei had no idea. Indeed, he wasn't even sure that his assailant had been a man. The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak. Who was the man in the mask? You've been chosen. Junpei remembered that much, but what might it mean? That was beyond. You are under a time limit, my friend. Junpei had no idea where he was or why he was there. There's only one thing from his memory that seemed important. You are going to participate in a game. The Nonary Game. A game where you put your life on the line. The Nonary Game, huh? What the hell is a Nonary Game? Gosh darn it! With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Okay, okay, I got stuff. Okay, go back. Mirror. Nothing left in the mirror. Go back. Look at the other bunk. Sink. Anything in the sink? Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden in the sink. There's something on the board, though. There's only one drain in this room. Okay, what about this? What is it? Note from the bulletin board. Okay. Okay, so red. Oh, man. Hopefully this is not like too high concept for someone like me. He's so emo, I know, right? Okay, well, this is red key and red basket, right? Wait! Okay, wait, so, wait, maybe the arrows? I don't know. Can I look, search? The notes got arrows in red and arrows in blue. Okay, can I... Okay, so maybe it's... So it looks like left to right, red to blue. So maybe... Maybe it's like the direction, like how many spins of the tumblers we should actually do. Let's see. Back. Okay, what's this? Picture frame. Oh, it's a ship. An old picture frame. Maybe use the wrench to get it open, or the screwdriver. There's a picture of a ship on it. There's screws keeping the back on. Okay. Well, combine. That's, and then combine. Well, the screwdriver got the screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. Okay. Anything behind it? Okay. That's hard to rotate it. Okay, hold up. Okay. Let me take a picture of this really quick. Picture. Let's see. I'll have another window open for this thing. Just so I don't forget, because I know I'm going to. Let's see here. Okay, think. This is always great to actually play up like a puzzle game like this, like right after a long day of work. I'll figure it out though. I'll do it. Okay, I'll save the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I get it, sort of. Okay, so like this. Okay, so this would be solid triangle. So that would be 7, 7 and 4. 7 and 4, and then blue would be 7, 4, 9. Oop! Oh, whoa! If you take 2 items you found and combine them, they may turn into something else. Okay. To do this, select an item on the item screen and touch the combined item on the screen. Got it. Then select the item. The 2 items can be combined. You receive a new item. Got it. If they cannot be combined, nothing will happen. Okay. What about this? There's a towel next to the sink. Oh, we might need to dry off. Okay. Go back. Anything else? That's the table. Water is pouring onto it like a little waterfall. I don't see anything useful there. Water just keeps on pouring through the window. More like a waterfall. Okay. I don't think shoving something into the window is going to stop the water. No, definitely not. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. I need to find a way out. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Picture novel. No. Go item. Okay, so let's see. 7. If I got this right, I'm assuming I don't know if this is like the same combination for both of them, or if it's just like one half of the red, one half of the blue. But we can try. Let's see here. 7. Ah, nope. 7. 4. 7, 4. I got that right. 7, 4, 6. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. Let's see if that works. Okay, let's go. Over here. Wait, which... Hold up, 1 second. Was it blue? It's red and blue first. Okay, so... What did I say? 7, 4, 6, 3? I just want to make sure. 7... 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. Okay, let's try it. Go, boop. Okay, put in there. Yes. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7. Okay. Wait, we already have the key, don't we? Oh, I have to go... Okay. Stick that red key in there. 7, 4, 6, 3. Okay. Okay. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. Come on. Okay. Got it. Thank you. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. 7, 4, 6, 3. I can remember. 7, 4, 6, 3. Okay, so I have to find... I guess I have to find the other... Damn it. Okay. I have to find the other half. It looks like... Okay, it's not opening. Got it. What if anything I got might have a hint? I think I should open if I put the right numbers and turn the key. Yes, of course. So let's go back. Okay, so... Item... So it's... 7... 7, 4. And then something. We need the rest of the combinations. I could try to do like 7, 4, 6, 3 on the other one too, just to be safe. Let's go back. Where would be the other paper? Go back. Go back. Go back. I mean, it's probably not, right? 7. Okay, I got it. You don't have to tell me. Come on, I'm about to die, please. 7463. 743. So there's probably like a combination somewhere. 7463. 63. So what it probably is really 63 is the last numbers of the blue case, but then I have to find another paper that actually says the first 2 numbers. Yeah. Okay. So I have to find a paper that actually says the rest of the combinations. Okay. So anything else? Can I do maybe look under the pot maybe? Can I look under the pot? Pot lid. Can I pick up the pot and look it up? No, I guess not. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like I'm... okay. I wish I could pause. How about do... Wait. Okay, let's go back. What about the... okay, let's go... Take a look at the door. Okay. And then 5, huh? What does that mean? So red 5, maybe that's relative? Okay, what's this? I guess it's a lever. Maybe if I pull it. Well, looks like pulling on a lever just makes a weird noise. Great. The light's still red and the display hasn't changed. Damn it. What the hell isn't this thing opening? Card reader. Groove in the side of this thing looks like it's made it to have a key card swiped. Or something like that. Maybe if I find the card, I can unlock this thing. Okay. Okay. I'm fine. Can I really not look at the bed? Is there really no clues? Oh! I thought I was going to give up on it. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay, go... Okay, got that. Okay, I got the whole thing now. Okay, go back. I was ready to like give up on the bed because it was like implying that nothing was going on there. Okay, boop. Item. Okay, first one is 7-4, right? 7-4. And this one is 6. And then 7463. I got that right? 7. Come on. Okay, got it. You don't have to tell me. 7463. Right? 7 4 6 3. Wait, did I set back? Item. Hold up. That's the last of it, right? So wait, so this one, up left is 7. Bottom is going to be 7-4. 7-4 6. No, that's 8. Oh, I couldn't barely see it. That's why. 8. Okay. 7-4 8. Wait, is that a full square? Didn't even notice that. I'm crazy. 7485. 7485. Okay, I'm so bad at this. 7485. Let me just double check. 7485. Okay, let's try it again. 7. Come on, thank you. Okay, come on. 7 4 8 5. Yes! Awesome. Yes! I unlocked it. Yay! I'm so smart. It's opening. Key card? Stack of red key cards in the briefcase. A stack of them. Okay. 1. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at them later, okay? Let's actually concentrate on getting out of here. Okay. Tutorial-san, truly the hardest boss. Yes. Goddamn instructions. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna ace this tutorial. I'm gonna be the world record holder for acing a tutorial. Yeah! I'm gonna have my own little... Yes, yes, I can do this. I can win the tutorial. I can do it. Okay. Okay, so blue... So blue is... that's... What was it? 10? No, 0. 0... Up. 0, 2... 0, 2... 6... 0263. 0263. Got that right? Okay, let's do it. 0263. 0. Come on. Thank you. 0263. 0263. 0263. 0263. Yeah! All right, let's see if there's numbers work. I turn the key and hey, it's working. It's working. Yes. All right, let's turn it open it up. Let's do it. It's a book. No. Okay, looks like there's something in here. What's this? A file? Okay. File screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information on them will be available from the file screen. Okay. To open the file screen, touch the file in the top right of the bottom screen. Okay. Once in this file screen, select the files by touching them or pressing on the control pad. If you touch search on the contents of the file you selected, will be displayed on the upper screen. Okay. All right. Let's see what's in this file. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers. No math! No! No math! No! Add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single digit number, add the digits to one. Wait, no, I'm not. Add digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double digit number and I don't know if I'm in like, I don't know if I'm the mindset for math. For instance, if you have a double digit number, add number in the tens place, okay, to number in the ones place. Keep adding the... Why are you doing this to me? Keep adding digits to the matter until you do that. The final digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 678 would be 67821 3. Okay, therefore, digital root of 678 is 3. Okay. I kind of vaguely get it. Okay. Example, the digital root of 1234 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 10. 1, 0, 1. Okay. Therefore, digital root of is 1. Okay. I see. So I just keep on adding numbers until I get a single digit number. Okay. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. Of course. A notebook, a pen, and a calculator. No! No! Damn you, game! Making me do math? Just kill me right now. The sweet release of death would be preferable. And a stack of the key cards, huh? Oh, no! No, man! Okay. Okay, wait, it was red first, right? No, no. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. No, they're not different, are they? No! Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then 4, 5, 6, right? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So... hold on one second. Do I even have... I haven't even used my calculator in the computer. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. It's been so long. Okay. It's... So it's 1... Okay, I think I got what it's trying to say. But my brain is just like not functioning. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and then 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 7 plus 8 and then equals 27. And then what, you minus 10? Divide, or it's divided by 10? Is that how it works? But wait, I don't think that's it. I think I missed something. I'm fine. Math! Does that mean something? Okay. 27. New material has been added to the file screen. Oh my lord. Calculator. No! The calculator can be used in escape or during a novel. Can used by an escape or used during a novel sequence? Wait a minute. Something like that you said doesn't add up. Calculator. Oh no. During escape, you access it by press. This will open the calculator screen. Okay, to open the calculator, touch the bottom screen. When using the calculator, the numbers on top are your calculations and the numbers on the bottom are your answer. The calculator can also calculate digital root, which will be important. No! No! Will be important to the story. How dare you, son? Wait, file? About digital roots. Oh my god. Controls during escape. Control during story section. Item screen controls. File screen controls. Map screen controls. Calculator controls. No! Calculator. Escape tips. About digital roots. Can I just search? A file Junpei found in the cabin where he woke up. There's something written on it, digital roots. Add up all the numbers included, which I did. If the answer is more than 2 digits, add all the digits. Wait, okay, hold up. If the answer is more than 2 digits, which it is, add all the digits to one another. In the event of a 2-digit number, no, okay. In the event of a 2-digit number, if it's more than 2 digits. If the answer is more than 2 digits, okay, got it. So if the event of a 2-digit number, which I have, is 27, right? Add the 10s digit and the 1s digit. Okay, got it. So I will do that. So 2 plus 7, right? 2 plus 7, 9. Okay, so it'd be 9. So 9 is the number we're looking for. 9 rooms, 9 personas, 9 doors, 9 hours. Okay, so it's 9. Okay, keep adding single digits until you're left with a single digit number. Then you keep adding the digits. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay, cool. I'm just like not in the mindset for this. Okay, back. So 9 is the number, right? Wait, but the cards are they key cards? Let's go back. Let's go up. Go here. Attack the key cards. Cards with numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to be using them. Okay. All right. Let's slide the card and see if it works. And huh? It's not working. Why? Damn it! No, that's not right. I still have cards I haven't used. Okay. 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 Not again. Wait, should I... So the answer to get through should be 9. There isn't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course. The files. The file says something about a digital root. A digital root. A digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on the door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? Wait. Wait, what? I'm not really sure about this. Oh, whatever. It's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards to give me the digital root of 5. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so it's not like they all go up to 5. It's you have to get a digital root of 5. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Got it. Operating instructions. Touch 3 cards to select them. The digital root of the selected cards will be displayed on the top screen. Okay. Okay. So, got it. Touching reset will deselect all the currently selected cards. After you select the 3 cards, touch the device. Okay, got it. So, let's see here. Boo. I'm just throwing out some stuff. 5. And did I just get it? Okay. All right. I think this is going to work. There we go. That's a new noise. Huh? Did it just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Let's go. Time to go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. You found it! Yay! Math! Math is fun. We like to learn here on the channel. We like to learn about math. Accompanied for a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room and into the opposing wall. Gasping to catch his breath, he looked around. He was in a narrow hallway. The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It followed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs. Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of the short staircase, the door. Click, click. Locked! Junpei leapt up the stairs straight for the door. The door burst open. Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there be to what he saw? What the hell? His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. Okay. A polished floor stretched out before him, an ornate staircase rising up from the edges, each one equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s. Junpei couldn't help but wonder, was he really in a ship? The water was quickly filling the hallway behind him, suggesting that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he had been in, gathering speed as it moved towards the stairs. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally a... Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh no. Oh no, I gotta get out of here! Go, Junpei, go! Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in the protest on the polished floor as he ran towards the tremendous staircase in front of him. C deck, huh? I feel like I should probably pay attention to this stuff. B deck. As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship. As he took in the stairs, 2 at a time, not entirely sure of where he would find himself, just began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead. Oh! Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye. He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. And on the right side, 3 more. All told, there were 7 of them. So I actually hear that there's this is part of a... I think it's a trilogy of games. I know there's more of them. I have to actually look up on this, but so far I'm having fun. It's pretty cool. It looks as though they'd been on their way down the stairs. They stopped short when they actually saw Junpei, and their eyes went wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at each other. Junpei didn't move. It's interesting that he was by himself, but everyone else was together. Junpei didn't move. One foot placed awkwardly in the next step, in the middle of his stride. Who were these people? The entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again. I guess there's another one of us now. The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious jewelry even little more. Yeah, you, come on! Hurry! With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and towards the doors behind him. Then the sudden proximity of the woman of such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman. The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance at Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering, "Huh, one of us, huh?" Following him was an older man, his face calm without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of his hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion. Okay. Going up won't do you any good. There are only 2 doors, but neither one of them will open. The next to speak was a girl with pink hair and a high voice. Pink hair? Come on. Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry. Her small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. His features were almost graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help but feeling he was noble and dignified somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei would always imagine a prince would look like. That's 9 of us then. 9 people. All the cards are in hand. What does all the cards are in hand mean, he wondered. Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other men had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past them, and they were gone. Hi! He turned just in time to see 2 more people running towards him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest, and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him over. And the other was a veritable mountain of a man. The scrawny one said nothing, but scuttled past Junpei as if he were running from something. Mountain. Hey, what the hell are you standing there for? Didn't you hear him? The doors on A deck are no good. Okay. We got to check the doors on B deck. Okay. That's fine. Got it? Sure. Now go! Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way. Oh, he's a strong guy. Whoa! Thrown off balance by the man in recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up, just what the other 7 had been running towards. There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. It's 4 and 5. The door on the right had a 4. Wait, so, okay, so our door was 5. This door is 5, so I don't know if there's any connection to that, or it's just numbers. Or if it's just the type of number we're looking for. And the door on the left had a 5. They're the same. The guy Junpei decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself. The room I woke up in had a numbered door just like that. You too, huh? With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver. My cell was the same. And number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room. Full of stairs, I suspect, as did the rest. It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at once. Me too. I did it too. Yeah, a door with a number on it. Yet it soon became clear that each one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle in order to escape. They all ended up in the same room. Almost as though they'd been guided there. Yeah, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry. Yeah, you don't think I know that lady? Before the dancer had come to finish, Silver was already running. He grabbed a hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge. Move. You're in the way. Okay, yeah, you're going to try to brute force it. The mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. Oh my lord, he is strong. Yes, but the path cleared. He took a few steps back and threw himself at the door. Once. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. The door shook as the body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself at the door again. Junpei turned towards the door 4. Next to the door, on the wall, was a small box. Okay. Reticle. Okay. It looked like just the one he had seen in his room next to that door. If it was the same, then the door was likely locked as well. Still, he had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight into it. Get it! I'm gonna open it! It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he had suspected. Damn you, door! Junpei punched the door. It did not respond. Ow, said the door. Stop it. Were these the only doors, he wondered? Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. I really would appreciate it if you would do so. If you like to see like weirdo games like this that I kind of pull out of the archives of amazing indie and and just hidden gem games, I do stream Wednesday, Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday morning. So if you're looking to help me out, it'd be great to like and follow and subscribe. There are also options for like channel points for Patreon supporters If you need to find any links, they're all in my About page on YouTube and Twitch. We can also join our Discord. Discord link is pinned to my right, live, and down below in the video description down below on YouTube or Twitch. If you want to come and just hang out, definitely would appreciate just having you. Were these the only doors, he wondered? He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he passed on his way up sprang unbidden to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back towards the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. It was a girl. Oh, she was taking her time. Oh my god. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there's another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he had met her before. Excuse me. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she had seen him before as well. Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly towards her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set foot down than the whole ship began to shake a second time. Oh, no! The quake caught the girl unprepared. She fell. Moving like instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Fall into my arms, my dear. Or so he thought. Dropped her. Did he drop her? Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own. He fell flat. Junpei fell flat on his back. He fell flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested that she hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment, time seems to stretch for a very long time as they stared at one another. The ship stopped sinking, or, well, hopefully, it stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at the walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. Interesting. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth. Oh my gosh. Is that really you, Junpei? Junpei? How dare you? Junpei. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned. I haven't seen you since middle school, right? Why hadn't I realized it before? The girl was Akane Kuroshiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They had gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he had long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. Why do you have a gas mask? Why do you have a gas mask, Akane? What is this? He could feel his face heating up. At that moment, a speaker crackled to life, and a cold, eerie voice filled the room. Welcome aboard. I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to this, my vessel. With the voice's invasion, the spell between Junpei and Akane was broken, and all hints of burgeoning romance instantly forgotten. They hurriedly entangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions heard the voice as well, and many of their faces have gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it. A speaker set in the ceiling. I am Zero, the captain of the ship. I am also the person who invited you all here. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by crackles of static. But Junpei recognized it. How could he have ever forgotten it? It was the same voice he had heard from the man in the gas mask. Hey, stupid. What the heck is this? Come out of here. I want to get a good look at you. What do you mean to do to us? I mean, to have you participate in the game. Some of you I know are familiar with this game. The Nonary Game. It is a game where you put your life on the line. Some of them are familiar with it, huh? They've been through this before. Nonary Game. What the hell's that? The voice continued, implacable. The rules of the Nonary Game can be found upon your persons. They are all simple rules. Read them. Nonary Game. Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pockets of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from the earlier ordeal. Hey, I got one too. It would seem that Zero has seen fit to grace us all with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading to us, young man? His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did what he had been asked. On the ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We'll call them numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Interesting. What was ours? Ours was 9, right? Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through the numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. 5, okay. Junpei figured that must be the bulky thing on his wrist. He glanced around. It looked like everyone else has one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Junpei has reached the end of his letter. Okay, there's a long moment of silence, and the speaker cracked to life once more. There's one last thing I must tell you. As you've no doubt summarized, the ship has begun to sink. On April 14th, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into an iceberg. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I'll give you more time. How about 9 hours? That is the time you'll be given to make your escape. The voice finished, and the speaker went silent. Sound of a bell tolling echoed through the hall. It's probably not going to be like literally 9 hours, right? It came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. It took those assembled on the stairs mere moments to trace the sound to an antique clock embedded on the wall. I should probably check out that clock. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came. That meant the time was 9 o'clock. Sure. Most likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Junpei had peered out of the window of his cell, he had seen nothing but blackness. It had to be nighttime. If that was the case, they would need to escape by 6 a.m. the following day. Now it's time. Let our game begin. I wish you all the best of luck. Should probably save. The speaker went silent and did not speak again. Let's see. Save. Yes. Definitely save. What are these up here? They're saving. No. No quits. Menu, calculator, file. File. Digital roots, file screen controls. Boop. Boop. Screen control, file screen controls. Let's just get all the new tags out of the way. Escape tips. Talking about these search the touching the same area, touching area. Okay, so there are certain puzzles that might need you to touch the objects more than once. Touching an area that appears on an area you've searched will take you somewhere else. Got it. Use combining items. We already know that. All controllers during minigames is done by touching the bottom screen. If you want to quit the minigame, touch back. If you're having difficulty solving a minigame, make sure to search the room thoroughly. Some new hints will be unlocked if you fail enough times. Okay. Sometimes new hints will be unlocked if you fail enough times. Okay. Sounds like something for me. You can switch items on the item screen. Cool, I guess. Silver yelled at the speaker with a language coarse enough to embarrass a scholar, but the rest of Junpei's companions were silent, deep in thought. Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts. There's a great deal he didn't understand. Who was Zero? What was the Nonary Game? Why had he chosen to make them a part of it? Was he a criminal who took delight in playing games with his victims? Or did he have some other, more nefarious purpose? Why had Junpei been chosen as part of this insane game? Let's move this again. Why had any of them been chosen? Well, one question was first and foremost on his mind. Akane. They hadn't seen one another since high school. Why had she appeared now? Coincidence? No, that seemed impossible. There had to be a reason. He didn't know what it might be, but there had to be a reason. No, I think it's important that Junpei was like down in the bowels of the ship and everyone else was way far above him. Very well. The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence. Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think? Get moving. Are you planning to open the numbered doors? Hey, wait. Don't tell me you're actually going to do what this Zero says, right? No, that's not what I mean. The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed. I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet. What? I mean, like this... In like a proper escape room, you have to check, like, you know, for secret panels, check the clock. See if there's any, like, you know, if the clock opens up, if there's any, like, secret compartments there. Okay. What's happening? Their separate investigations finished. All 9 people returned to where they left one another. The results of all their work was nothing. They were completely sealed in. Their hard work had not gone completely to waste, however. They had learned a number of things as they scoured parts of the ship they could reach. It seemed like they were confined to decks A through C. Okay. C deck was as far down as they would be able to go. The reason being, the D deck was completely submerged. Well, is the water freezing? Can you just go diving? Strangely, however, the water had not risen higher than D deck. The flow seems to have been stopped somehow, as evidenced by the surface of the water on D deck, which is as smooth as glass. The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it. Perhaps the Zero fellow had some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door below us. He said their time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for another 9 hours. Mountain, then you're saying we won't have to sink till then? Well, that may be a little bit too optimistic, but it should be a point for wishful thinking. There were 3 middle doors on C deck. A single door stood off to the side with 2 more on the wall, facing the central staircase. None of them had numbers or verification devices. They were, however, locked, like the other doors. No matter how much they pushed and shoved, the doors refused to move. The mountain and the lion threw themselves against the door a few times, but to no avail. The door in the back had a keyhole. Interesting. Old-timey keyhole. Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot. Okay. It's just a mark. It's not like a hole or anything. There were 2 doors on C deck as well, but it was clear that they were elevators, as each had a button next to it with an upside-down triangle. They tried pushing the button. No response. Apparently there was no power running to the elevators. To the left of the elevator doors was a card reader. The card reader also had a strange mark on it. Okay. This seems familiar. Isn't this a zodiac sign? I don't really know zodiac. I mean, Winter does. Winter knows all about like zodiac signs and in astrology signs and stuff like that. It looked like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H. 1 second. Okay. Junpei stared at it for a while. It's a symbol of Saturn. Okay, thank you. That helps. I guess. It might help. It's an astrological symbol. Yeah, I thought so. Then the mark on the other door. I think that was the sun symbol. Okay. They've seen the same symbols on A deck. There's a door on either side of the stairs. Okay. The one on the left has a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it. Okay. Moon? Earth. Okay, cool. That's an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian. Okay. Junpei looked up and down on the ceiling. There was a great circle cut in it, perhaps for a skylight or glass dome, but it had been filled in with a gargantuan metal plate. Okay. The metal looked very solid. Anything short of an explosive charge was unlikely to damage it. There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates. In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere. Junpei was not happy. The girl with pink hair spoke up. Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them. Then the mountain spoke. You don't know that. For all we know, they just open up in the walls or take us in circles. Well, we don't know that either. We don't know anything. The prince did not agree. No, I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? What point would there be? And we can open them. Okay. Well, 2 of them. The doors, he means. Okay. You mean the numbered doors? Eyes turned towards the doors with numbers on them. I think he said what? Zero said we can have 3 people go in, but everyone else has to leave. So we just match the numbers on a bracelet to get past the door. The atmosphere in the room grew tense. Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that. The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them. We have to be crazy to open up these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I'd do anything in this situation. Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once. I agree. I don't agree. That's a terrible idea. You suck. I want coffee. We don't have any other way to open up these doors. We should just wait. Someone's bound to come and find us. Who said that? Step forward. Who actually said, let's wait? Let me smack you. In 8.5 hours, the ship is going to sink. The clamor of the voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. The arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another. Junpei remained silent, but at last he could take no more. Hey! Shut up! Stupid people! They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch. Before we try to decide what we're going to do, there's something else we ought to do. What's that? We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too. They're all silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. How much time do I got? I got another hour. It was a cane. I agree. I think Junpei is right. Just Junpei? That's my name. Junpei. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Junpei. His name is Junpei. She pointed towards Junpei. We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school. Wait, stop. Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you trying to do if he's listening in? Would that be bad? Hell yeah! He probably already knows, like, everything about us. We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked us a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, it would be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he can go after our families. Oh, okay. I mean, that's not, like out of the question, really. We don't know anything about the guy. Maybe tell us he had him just to get us to do stuff, you know? But we still need to know our names, right? It's going to be kind of hard to talk to each other if we don't have names. Yep. Yeah, Mountain, pink hair, all that stuff, man. All right. Why don't we have code names? To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution. Code names? Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7. 7? Why are you 7? Seems a fair question. The number, right? The Mountain stuck out his left arm. 7. It's the bracelet number. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea. He smirked. All right, I'm going to be... Sure. Any of the chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3, so I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. What? Fits, don't you think? Sure. Then your bracelet number... Yeah, it's got to be 3 on it. Hopefully I'll remember. 3. Just like the Mountain... Oh, I'm sure it's like in the records section of the game. I'll actually be able to remind myself. Just like the Mountain has done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3. Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate. I'll be Lotus. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 pearls. Or 8 petals. Pearls. Which, of course, is my bracelet number, is 8. I would appreciate if you would call me Snake. Very trustworthy. 2. My bracelet number is 2. Yeah, it's a serpent. Like, this Ace has chosen cards, and I choose dice, snake eyes, which is particularly relevant given that I am blind. Wait, what? You're blind? Blind? Okay. He kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which suggested something strange, but I had to hear it. But to hear it said so casually, I don't trust this guy. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know exactly how to react to it. There was one person, however, that didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with pink hair. I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right? Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. 4. Okay. Wait, did Snake say that his bracelet said 2? I'm blind, but I can see it. No, it's someone else. I must have missed that. He come around to Junpei. He held his bracelet. Alright, my number's 5, so my code name is going to be... We have one? Well, I have one. It's not like there's any point to it now. The dancer cut him off mid-sentence. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei. Oh, yeah. They all nodded. I can't step forward nervously. Then you should all call me by my name, too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem fair to Junpei. You think it's not cool to hide your name after you just told us his? She fidgets awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something. What's your bracelet number? It's 6. She hesitated for a moment and then held out her left hand. As she claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought, okay, why don't we call you June? June? Yeah, you know, it's the 6 months of the year. So you're June. Jumpy. I can't, kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled at her reassuringly. Are you good with that? She thought about it for a few more minutes and seemed to come up with a decision and gave Junpei a small nod. Names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his head. 1 was Ace. 2 was Snake. Who knows that he's 2. 3 was Santa. Maybe, can I remember this? I think I might be able to remember. 4 was Clover. 5 was Junpei's number. Okay. Akin was 6, and Junpei has given her the code name of June. Okay. 7 was 7. And 8 was Lotus. That meant 8 of them, including Junpei, had revealed their bracelet numbers. But there was still one person left. The man of glasses and hair like a bird's nest. He hadn't said anything since they met on the stairs, and he didn't look the sort of person who was inclined to make conversation. His skin was pale, and his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of grip on his sanity. The girl with the pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously. "What number are you?" He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes, oh my god, what is up with this guy? His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants. Hey, I'm talking to you." The man licked his dry lips with his shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper. "Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left. So you're 9? Yeah." He extended a trembling hand. "That's an upside down 6. You liar. You lying son of a bitch." Clover looked at it contemptuously. "What's your code name?" "Code name? What do you want us to call you?" Matchstick. Let's see here. Crop duster. Yeah, crop duster. Oh my god. Oof. Oof. Crop duster, come on. I don't need one. Why not? Because I'm not going to stay here with all of you. He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust. "You got some sort of plan, buddy?" "I do." "Yeah, what's that?" "You sure you want to know?" "Yeah." "All right. Let me show you." "I'm gonna do this. Uh-oh." Ah! By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake. In a blink of an eye, he slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. "Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?" Silver, Santa leapt forward towards Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when... "Stay back!" Suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket. He came back out with a knife. A pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. "If you get any closer, I'll cut her open." Santa skidded to a halt. He snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. Yeah, that's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured from his neck, soaking his collar of his shirt. "Clover, are you all right?" The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned. "Yeah, I'm fine." Her voice shook, making her words less convincing. "What the hell are you even trying to do?" "I told you. This is my plan." "What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?" "Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. She just does what I tell her to do, and I'll let her go." He started moving backwards, slowly keeping his grip on Clover. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start, his back touched it, and then glanced around quickly and spoke. "Verify." "Huh?" "The left. Look on your left. Do you see a device on the wall?" "Place your hand on the scanner. The round part. And what if I don't?" The man's nostrils flared as he looked like he was about to choke. "Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Okay. He knows that. Just do it. Do it now. Okay, so you only have to have a bracelet in order to continue? Slowly, he stretched her hand out towards the device. Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and display above her hand, and on display above her head, an asterisk appeared. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm on what the ninth man had called a scanner panel, the user's bracelet number would be entered into the device. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelet and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number on the door will open. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5. The ninth man seemed to know a little bit more about the device's operation than he should. So... okay, got it. So yeah, that is the number. Because it would be... was it 9... yeah, it would end up being 5. How do you know exactly what to do? Good. Good, you're done. Next. His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, am I right? Yeah, I am. So? Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her? Okay, just calm down. Ace held up his hand, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin towards the device. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved towards the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it. Now verify. Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again and a second asterisk appeared. Now the device had Clover and Ace's numbers. 1 and 4. Okay, 5. Got it. The same number written on the door. But it wouldn't open just yet. Only 3 to 5 people. So it has to be 3 minimum. The door needed at least one more person. Who would that be? Get back. His voice shook, but the knife held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 3, then 2 steps back. No, further. More than that. Go all the way back. Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile. That was just when Junpei understood his plan. Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the man's knife. Okay, would be 5, yeah. In other words, hee hee, thank God you were also cooperative. Now we can get out of this nightmare. He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to a lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leapt towards the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. Okay. The door... Wait, okay, so I guess... He said 3 to 5 people can go through the door, right? So that means... Wait, so is he breaking the rules? I don't know. Clover, are you alright? Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay by the floor. Yeah, I'm fine. She climbed up unsteadily to her feet, and once there, she leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed a hold of the handles and pulled. They grunted and strained, but it won't budge. That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something? Like what? Like some sort of beeping? Junpei pressed her ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. Wait, is Zero going to kill the guy for only going in by himself? What is it? Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man. No! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Wait, you lied? This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong! His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What's happening in there? Open the door! Please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out! Ah! Junpei grabbed a hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. That's not going to do anything, dude. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisks have shown up. It said engaged. Ah. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. Ah! Ah! Okay. Well, he said him. Well, he didn't say necessarily there was Zero, right? He just said him, right? So maybe it's another traitor in the group. The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked and then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. Wait, did anyone not speak during that confrontation? Like, wait, Ace spoke. Was it Clover spoke? I guess Silver spoke. I guess Silver, and then there was what, like Mountain or whatever his name is? Seven? No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In that silence, the electronic tone that echoed across the room sounded as loud as a gunshot. All eyes turned towards it. Vacant. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. Oh my lord. Look inside and see like a bloody mess. Let's see if we can open it. 7. The mountain swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. The device had registered Junpei's bracelet number 5. His was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Okay. Junpei asked, which pair? Okay. Ace and Lotus, 1 + 8. So that would be, so it'd have to be 5. Snake and 7. 2, 7. So that would be 2, 7. Wait, no, hold up. 3, 7. So 9, 9, 5, 14. 4. It would be Santa and June, right? Because 3 + 6, 9, and then plus 5 would be 14, and then you add 1 + 4, that would be 5. Santa and June. You think you can give me a hand here? The pun was a little on nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their hands silently. He verified and she followed suit. 5. They fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on the side... Are you guys ready? I'm going to open it. I forget what the rating on this game was. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei looked back and set his mouth in a grim line, then slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made him gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth. Oh my god. Good god. Lotus and Ace shuddered. Seven grunted. Whoa, that's pretty bad. Even Santa's voice shook. He blew up. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Ugh. The shriek echoed across the room. Aye! Nani! It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped, and Junpei turned to catch her. The door groaned shut. Wait, so are we not able... Do we go through? She crumpled to the floor. June, you okay? Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating in intense heat. What the hell? Where did this fever come from? June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and the whole body began to shake. Alright, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk? She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair. Here we go. As gently as he could, he set her down. How are you feeling? Are you alright? She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face. Why? Why did this happen? Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs. Why did this happen? Junpei spun around. Do any of you know what the fudge is going on around here? Who is Zero? Who is this Nonary Game? Anyone? Anything? What the hell is even going on? What are we all doing here? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They all simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes, 7 grim lines for mouths. So I guess we're down to 8 people. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that enveloped them like a thick fog, the bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then on the 10th ring it stopped. The sound of the bell faded into the silence. It's 10 o'clock then. Ace said which each of one of them had been thinking. That means it has been an hour since Zero's little announcement. Seven's deep voice echoed across the room. I've had enough of this crap. Santa leapt to his feet and his fist clenched. How long are we going to pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until the time limit Zero is going to gave us, is also about up. Let's get going. Go, 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 go! Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not going to end up like him. Him? You mean the 9th man? Of course. Who else? What, you're just going to stay here and drown? Okay. In his mind, Junpei saw the corpse again. The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of human flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion which had torn through his body had been powerful. The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Good. Junpei suspected a detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or gravity. He had landed on his back, and his stark white ribs jutted out of his chest, just like the legs of some macabre crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach. I think he just screwed us. Eyebrows went up and Santa continued. He probably set us some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not going to screw it up like that. I'm getting out of here alive. Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find it particularly humorous. Let's see here. What's so goddamn funny? Oh, my apologies. You were just so very confident. A little bit. A little bit better. What the F? I think you've mistaken the situation. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. I really would appreciate it if you would do so. Various different ways to actually support the channel if you want to help us grow. Liking, following, and subscribing would be one of them. You just come by and just lurk every so often. That would be one too. But we do have Patreon. We do have channel points. We do have bits. We do have super chats on YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, if you want to swing on by, you want to do any one of those things to help us out, that'd be great. I do stream Wednesday, Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday morning. So if you want to just swing out and hang out, that's totally fine too. If you want to just lurk, totally fine too. I'm trying to build like a nice, kind of safe, welcoming community. Be kind of chill. So yeah, swing on by whenever you like and help us out if you, however you are inclined to do so. The ninth man's death. It had nothing to do with a trap, or at least not the sort of trap you'd imagine it did. Then what? He broke one of Zero's rules. That is why he died. Quite simple, if you think about it. You still don't? Alright. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people? He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right? And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say? Santa furrowed his brow and thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said that only 2 people can go through, that everyone who verified had to go. There's a second one, that I feel like maybe I'm met. Hopefully this doesn't influence the game somehow. Everyone who verified had to go. All those who enter must leave. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, I mean that groups of less than 3 or 5 or more people can't go. Okay, that is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei. Snake inclined his head towards Junpei. Maybe Junpei is like the secret traitor. He kind of seems like kind of a traitor, man. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That is why he was executed. Then Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules. I'm not so sure about that. Why not? Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Snake looked at 7, which could only be described as pity and sighed. Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. God, don't be an asshole. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I'd hoped that Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When he spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts. Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What is it you know? Here. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket. With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke. Come on now, what's the point of giving me this? Give me that. Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. Huh? The hell is this? 7 tugged it out of Santa's hands. Huh, I see. The card went from 7 to Lotus, Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood. This is Braille. Okay? Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered in small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it. Sorry guys, I can't read this. Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card? I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero. From Zero? A message? What does it say? Suddenly, everyone was crowding around the snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of the snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand. Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it. Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet. The red of the dead and the bracelet, okay? The red is the recognition device. Okay? It will verify your number. Besides every numbered door, you will find a red, okay? The dead is a deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you're wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I'm afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside each of you. Okay? And the people with whom you're about to meet. Okay, I feel like you could have said this earlier, right? You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you'll be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or a timer for the bomb in your body. There's only one condition that will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Yeah, Snake could have said this earlier, man. Once you've done so, the timer will activate no matter no matter who you may be. You have 81 seconds. If after that time the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once their numbers have been verified at the dead, you need only to pull the lever at the side and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, 81 seconds you will be dead. Okay. So somehow if you bypass the puzzle. You must also keep in mind that numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. Okay. Interesting. So as long as the door is open, the dead will not function. Okay. You'll do well to remember this. Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so, okay? 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. Oh! In other words, once a bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. Can you, stop your heart? I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know. Put your belt, stop your heart and then have someone else, resuscitate you. There's no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off, or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. So some might be a danger. For a time, you will be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck. Well, I mean, so he's the only one who really knows what the paper says, right? Or the card says. So it could be more. There could be more to it than that. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who have verified their numbers at the red could pass through the numbered doors. Teams cannot increase or decrease their numbers. The reds or deads and bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner. Okay. In defense of Zero's suggestions, both Sand and Seven put their fingers down their throat and began to gag. The rest stiffens. Some touch their stomachs. Some simply stare at the bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside of his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Junpei looked over at the others. Okay, I'm going to ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? Anything at all? Do any of you have secret messages in your pocket? Anything? They're all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Interesting. Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like a surprise or something? Well, everyone else saw him. Okay, so he intentionally let himself be seen? Instead, he was saying they looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He was wearing a gas mask. All the stories were sorted out, and then the truth became clear. All of their stories were the same. They had been abducted at home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had worn a mask. There had been white smoke, and then each person had passed out. When they woke, they found themselves on D deck in a room with a third-level bunk bed. Wait, but they came from the top, right? Or maybe they all got out at the same time ahead of Junpei, and then they ran all the way up to the top, and then they came back down when he got out. Only Seventh Story seemed to lack the detail of the others. Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. Okay. So he's a big guy, so maybe he didn't get knocked out the same way. It occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue. He hadn't done so because there was something else that struck him as even stranger. There's the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they'd been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room. Junpei looked at them thoughtfully. So what's the deal with the two of you anyways? It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt like she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. Siblings? Yeah. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. Is that really so hard to understand? If you say so. I really see the resemblance. Those just seem just as surprised. She's correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Oh, yeah, but why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Snake pointed to Junpei and June. Oh, you mean between Junpei and me? Oh, I gotta remember to call him Junpei. Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? You went to school together. Yeah. June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. Hey, you think that maybe we can figure out who Zero is this way? Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you straight to the perp. Textbook stuff. Junpei, June, does anything ring a bell? Ring a bell. Ring a bell. Hold on one second. Winter's calling me. I'll be right back. I'm going to check on Winter. Make sure she's okay. And I will be right back, and we'll continue. We got another half an hour left. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting, my friends. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting, my friends. Ah. All right. Ring a bell. They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time. Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire. A millionaire? Son? Well, someone brought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich. Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Zero is most likely simply the representative of a larger group. What sort of organization? It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. If it is, it's a pretty effed up experiment. I mean, come on, a guy's dead. The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again. I don't know who the hell this Zero butthole is, but I'm sure he's got to be pretty effed up in the head to do all this. If all this was just one guy, then he's got serious issues. Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. Just running. They're just going to wait out the clock. By the time they finished, 1.5 of their 9 hours were gone. All they had to show for it was impatience. Okay. We only got 7.5 hours left. Are you really sure you just want to sit around? Yeah, let's sit around. Let's see what happens. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. It's sure not going to be fun running around knowing we got to jump to whenever Zero says. Jump. Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works. Wait, so do we need, nines, like, bracelet? Do we need to, like, like, hose it off and bring it with us? Okay. But what? Who's gonna go in which door? Well, it's just, you just get the number. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. Okay. All 8 of us can't go in the same door. It would seem like we have to split up. What? What? Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell that I'm going into door 5. Come on, don't be selfish. Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. So, I think that there's probably combinations of actors that you can go through each door. This is probably like the branching narrative. Like you can, if you use like a certain number of people to go through like door 5, then you won't have access to the people that go through future doors. That's what I'm assuming it's supposed to be. Yeah. And we're doing so well. Ace shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go in door 5. Oh, Santa, not you too. Hey, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm going to get in some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming. That was the last straw. Junpei. What the? He is Junpei. What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept on saying we should get going? Yeah, so. Doesn't mean I want to go in door 5. Oh, God. There's awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke. Fine. I'll go into door 5. Okay, so 7. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone willing to come with me? So 7, 5, 12. So you still don't have enough. If I go with him. There's a long silence. Or if Junpei goes with him, rather. This time Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going too. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have the right number. I'm going to door 5. What I'm going to do with you, there's nothing you have to do. A stop forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, snake is 2, so... But wait, we still have... Oh yeah, 7. That's right, snake is 2. So, yeah, 9. And yeah, clover's 4, and my 1, the digital root would be 5. Okay. Oh, works perfectly. 4 of us can go into 5, so we can't have more than 5, right? So, that's it. Wait, what about the other 4? So what's their digital root going to be? So we have 4, right? Lotus, Santa, and June and Junpei remain. Wait, okay, so we're on with floor B. What was it? There's floor B. Wait, there's A, B, C, and then D is flooded, right? And there's 2 floors with numbers on it. Wasn't there? I think. Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei remained. And Junpei remained. Their places were 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. 8 plus 3, 12. 12, 18. 18. Then that's 23. 23. 2 plus 5, 7. Wait, no. I didn't do it right. I'm not in a math mood. I'm sorry. So 8, 3, that'd be 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5. 22, right? Isn't that what I said? 22, that would be 2 plus 2 is 4, so that'd be 4. Right? Yes. 4. He repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers, and the digital root is 4. Okay. Then we can go in door 4. Ah, that worked out well. But, like, what would... In an alternate reality, where would 9 have gone? Because you can't... Because, like, 0 wouldn't have been able to determine that 9 would explode. Okay. 4 people would go into door 5. 4 people would go into door 4. Okay. Junpei had to ask himself if the teams were really what he wanted. Beyond door 5 was what remained of the 9th man. He never wanted to see that thing again, but something in him said it would be unwise not to examine the corpse even a little closer. Of course, if he went through door 5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Snake, or Lotus and Santa. True, it would be possible for him to bring June with him through door 5, but that would mean she would have to see the horrific carnage that waited there. Shark for life. 9 can add on anywhere because it doesn't actually affect digital root, actually. Oh, interesting. Okay. Junpei didn't want that. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent and go through door 4? Or should he stop them all and insist on going through door 5? I think you should go through 5. As he turned the options over and over in his mind, he spoke up. Because we probably want, well... But if it doesn't, can it go... 9 can add on anywhere because it doesn't affect digital root actually. So the still... It's a decision that was made by 0, right? So if it doesn't affect digital root, then... Because it doesn't seem like he was killed just because of, like he was killed because of the function of the puzzle. The escape room, right? So it's not like 0 immediately chose him to... But wait, he said he was betrayed, right? So he said that he betrayed him. So someone told him to do what he did, right? You can just do the math easier if you just ignore sets of 9. Okay, that's good. Good advice, actually. Alright then. It seems like we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? You begin to walk towards door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei. I mean, we can look at the 9. It didn't say like it was blasted free of them, right? Oh no, did it? I feel like wait, so if we go to door 5, it just has to be a different combination of people. So it seems like 0 knew they would be, because I think these are only 2 immediate doors to go into, right? So we're going to be splitting our group up into 2 groups no matter what. I feel like I should go to 5. Because then I'd be able to take a look at the bracelet. I feel like that's important. I don't know why. And so like 9 was told to go through this door. Specifically through this door. And told to bring Clover along, right? So he was told to do that. So it's probably good for us to inspect 5. Hey, wait. Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking towards the door stopped and turned back towards him. I want to go through door 5 too. The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up. What? What are you saying, Junpei? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you. He turned around to look at her. No, you can't. I can't take you with me. Why? Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want me to see? You want to see that? Just close your eyes. June opened his mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There's nothing else that he can do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions. Please, let me go in the door 5. Someone scratched his head and looked at the young man. Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that? Junpei's bracelet number is 5, right? If we're going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us. Snake turned to Ace. Ace, please take good care of Clover. Oh, alright. That's fine. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay, so Clover... Okay, got it. So Clover and Ace are not going with us. Don't go away. You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others. Okay. Don't be selfish. I guess, yeah, she... well, I mean, the carnage on the other side of door 5 is going to be kind of gruesome for anyone to see. Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and decided her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put her arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear, "You'll be fine. Just relax." He looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whether they were, Junpei didn't hear them. He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring. Okay, I understand. Interesting. Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Before long, new teams were assembled. Those going to door 5, 7, Snake, and Junpei. And Junpei. Okay. 7, Snake, and Junpei. Okay, got it. Those going to door 4, Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. Okay. That sounds fine. 7, Snake, and Junpei scanned their number bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks. Alright then, let's go. Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of red. Okay. Please be careful. Concern was clearly written plainly across her face. June Junpei looked at her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. Okay. With the sharp clack of a lock releasing, the door swung open. Ahead of them, in the small hallways, were the pitiful remains of the ninth man. For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7, too, seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. Well, yeah, he's blind, right? Well, he says he's blind. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following. Do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, haven't you? He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was at most slightly cocked towards one shoulder. Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves towards the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all 3 men. Ah. 7 and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on the snakes, a red skull had flickered to life. The detonator had become its countdown. They had scarcely processed the information when... With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut. Unless they could find the device... Oh no, it's not immediately visible! They would not be leaving the hallway. Hey! Where's the dead? The fear and urgency in 7's voice reflected what all 3 of them felt. Junpei spun around and searched desperately for the dead. I'm a little nervous too! I found it easily enough. Okay, good. It was on the wall next to the closed door, labeled 5. Found it! Right here. As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other 2 scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down. Okay. Phew. Well, it looks like that stopped. As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand. Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack. Yeah, no joke. Okay. The muscle stood out on 7's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching. Junpei, are you alright? Oh, they haven't gone through yet? Are you guys okay? They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct from the other side of the door. Yeah, we're fine. The detonators have been deactivated. They heard relieved sighs, and even though through the door, the 3 men could feel the tension disperse. Wait, who came down last of the stairs? It was 9, right? But was it explicit, like, who came down before him? Because that would be the person who talked to him. 9, right? Interesting. All right, we're moving on. Be careful, okay? Okay. Sure thing. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were alone again. Junpei looked around. The hallway hit a dead end at 20 or 30 feet from where they stood. A thick iron wall blocked their way. Okay. Try as they might to force it, the wall refused to move. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looks positively inviting by comparison. Okay. In the middle of it was a plaque that read, First Class. A first-class cabin, huh? Well, it seems like it. Let's have a look, then. The most intimidating door opens ever. Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. 7 followed closely behind him. It seems like Snake kind of like, it's not fully blind. I don't know, man. Junpei moved to follow them as well. But he stopped, just short of the threshold, and looked back, not knowing why. Lying in the small hallway was the man's body, or at least what was left of it. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind. Can we grab his bracelet? What had once been a man's internal organs now look so much like so much vomit. Though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. God damn. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood, the lumps of glistening flesh spread around the floor. The awkward, twisted tangle of shredded intestines. Cyberstein Dragon, hey, what's going on? I see we're playing the DS version, not the Steam version. No, we're playing the DS version. The head wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position. The man. Oh, okay. So it's. So yeah, we do the bracelet was kicked free also. Maybe we can find a clue from the glasses. You never know. I see the ninth man exploded. He most certainly did. He exploded in a very entertaining fashion. Glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked, and the frame bent and distorted. And next to glasses laid a bracelet. The number 9 still displayed on its face. Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets, okay? So, it's not open, it's still closed. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship or detects that Weir's heart rate has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat. He clasped his hand over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. Well, can we grab the bracelet? I feel like that might be useful. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear. He looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. There are 2 doors on the right side of the room. Okay. Oh, we're separated. Great. And on the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened up the door at the other end, and peeked through. There they were, to his right, busy examining something. He stepped through the door and walked towards them. "What's up?" said Junpei. "Check this out. We found this thing here at the door. The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked? So I'd assume... Is there any other way out? We looked around a little. Other than the door, we didn't find anything. So you're telling me that unless we can open up this door, we won't be going anywhere." Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room. The room they were locked in looked like a bedroom. He figured that the room he originally entered was a living room, or whatever passed for one on a ship. All right, let's find a way to open up this door. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Can I... Okay. Seek a way out. Got it. Interesting. Let's see here. Pillow. Oh. Score plate search. I see. This feels like glass. A rectangular plate of glass. Is there something written on the surface? Yeah, it's a sheet of music with a couple of A notes. Just A's? Yeah, that's it. Kind of weird, huh? Okay. Interesting. It took Junpei by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room for almost frantically, clearly searching for something. No, Junpei thought, not staring. After all, he's blind. Blind or not, Snake was clearly attempting to do something. At last, Junpei could no longer contain his curiosity. "What are you doing?" said Junpei. Snake waited a moment before answering. "I heard something strange." "Something strange?" "Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans. I even notice the slightest of noises." "Right, are you going to tell me you can hear a needle drop a mile away?" No such thing would be possible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as the sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects. Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side. So that was... Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast. Certainly as fast as you. I don't trust this guy. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I'm quite confident that I would be able to kill them. I mean, confident that I could defeat them. Junpei was somewhat taken back by that revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical. Oh, are we going to try to fight him? You give me... No, I'm good. Just must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it. Jumpy, you can take a blind man. Go get him, Jumpy. Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's just resume our search, shall we? With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. Okay, we're going to have to end the stream in just a bit. But let's take a look around, I guess. What's this? White desk. Feels kind of fancy. Okay. Is that where it came from? Okay. Oh, hello. Another one. This feels like glass. Rectangular glass, transparent, I assume. I feel something printed on the surface. Is this the same one? And combine? No. Wait. Maybe we can't combine. Item. Okay. I was thinking that maybe like they match up somehow. The safe here is locked. It's one of those dial locks. It doesn't have a key. We'll just need to get the dials in the right place and then it'll open. Wait, maybe Snake can, like, you know, sense the tumblers. Is that something you can do? You crack a safe? Did you find anything, Seven? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. Okay, anything else? Neat. A leather suitcase. There's nothing inside. I can tell by the weight, and it makes no noise when it's shaken. But this one? The suitcase. Nothing inside. Okay. Go back. Look around. What these? What's this? This isn't a score. Is this a map of the ship? A map? There's a map of the ship here? Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. It's not possible to use a map screen. Okay. Map screen? The map screen can only be viewed during the story sections. Okay. It is entirely different in function from the bird's eye view mode. While on the map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Touch menus. Open up the menu. If you touch map, you'll be taken to the map screen. While there, you can scroll around the floor plan with a control panel of the stylus. Touching the green parts of the floor plan will allow you to see the bird's eye view for that room. Okay, interesting. Cool. Piano keyboard. What is Snake doing? He can't play, can he? This piano. There's something amiss with the keys. You mean it's out of tune or something? No, not like that. It's probably tuned. Just that, well, the sounds are clearly purposely different. The C key doesn't yield a C, but rather a different note entirely. The same goes for the D keys. Then play some other note. Why do you think it's like that? Is it painfully obvious? Zero modified in some way. The piano, you see, is part of one of those puzzles Zero has set for us. Perhaps when we play the keys in the correct order, something will happen. In other words, we'll need to play a song on the piano. I believe so. So we have to match up maybe the transparent piece of glass. We have to match it up to get like an actual sheet of music. Music stand. Play on it. Something wrong? It's kind of hard to see the notes. Maybe if I put something under them. Background for the notes. Interesting. Mirror. It's totally a table with a mirror. Ah, yes, you know that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that? Jumpy. Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. As such, you can see that say that every day when a woman looks into one of these, she is staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? Interesting character, this guy. A bed. Anything else? Vanity. Nothing in the drawer. Okay. Okay. Check the bed. What's this? Anything? Door? What's this? So this is a locking thing. It's flashing red. That's usually not a good sign. Is that a microphone? It looks like a satellite dish. Let me see. Well, judging by the feel of it, I would guess that we are meant to produce some sort of sound. Okay, so we'll find all the sheet music and then use the piano to, play the sound, I'm assuming. And the device will sense it and unlock. Okay, sounds like a plan. And what about this? What about... What is this? It's a light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. Interesting. Bathroom, okay. The faucet must be putting water in the bathtub. Bathtub, anything else? There's a plug at the end of this chain. Let's see if I can pull it out. Well, hold up. What? What? I was just thinking we might be able to use the water. Use the water? Oh, I see what you're trying to say, I guess. Okay. So, can I fill it up now? Or not? What's this? Testing, testing. Hey, it's great to see you all here. I just flew in from New York, and boy, are my arms tired. Seven's actually not a bad guy. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. That's not a mic, Seven. It's just a shower head. What? What the hell? Ah. Okay. The lights, huh? No, it doesn't look like there's anything hidden under there. And... well, the sink's clean. Any water? Nothing's coming out. I've got the faucet on all the way, but I can't hear anything. Okay, mirror? And here we are in the mirror. What a pair. A college kid and a terrifying giant. Okay. Stuck in a cramped bathroom with this beast of a man. What would my parents say? What would they say? I'm kind of curious now. Something wrong, Junpei? Something wrong, Junpei? So, like, wait. We can't... hold off. I'll leave it plugged for a moment. Okay. So, okay. Maybe we'll come back when we need water, maybe? Go in here. What's this? A heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has score printed on the front of it. Okay. Score. That's got to mean musical score. If that's true, the score we just found was probably in here. At least at some point. Interesting. There's some sort of antique desk. Makes sense though, I guess. This whole room is full of antiques. You can get a nice handful of cash for all the stuff in here. Chair. Okay. Hey Junpei, where are you going? Didn't we come out of that door? Oh, this is where... no point in going back there. All that's out there are a locked number door and a dead body, or what's left of it. Yeah. Okay. So we can't get the spare bracelet. I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but thought that maybe it might have like some sort of clue on the bracelet, or like we might be able to open it up and look at it. What's this? Huh? There's something in the back. Let's see if I can reach it. Just a little... ah, that's hot. You aren't real smart. No, Junpei's not that smart. Of course it's going to be hot. It's fire. Fire is hot, Junpei. Even a monkey knows that not to stick its hand in a fire. Well, let's put it out. Okay. Something's back there. Got it. Anything else? Couch. The couch looks just big enough for 3 people. Or just 1 7. Perfect for an elegant gentleman like myself. Is there something you're not saying, my friend? Never mind. The big guy. Wait, is this where I came from? Okay. Boop. Another one. Okay. Anything in here? Oh, shoot. Looks like there's nothing in it. Okay. And this one? Nothing? Leather suitcase. Nothing in there? Okay. Sure. This one? This is the bathroom, right? What about this? Okay. Toilet paper. There's some toilet paper on the wall there. Nothing that looks suspicious. Look at the bowl. It's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. Oh, really? Okay. So nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, got it. Bathroom. What about the... Look at the end of this chain. If I pull the plug, it'll drain the water. Oh, there's already water in the tub. I missed that. Before I do that, though, I should probably find a container for it, right? Anything I can use for a container? Do I have anything? Else? Canopy. I've seen this in like this in movies. Let's see. So it's probably like the last bit of the music is in the fireplace, I would assume. Interesting. What time is it? I'm probably gonna have to end the stream. So I'm thinking what you're gonna have to do is go to have some sort of container, fill it up with water, and then use the water to put out the fire, so you can grab a lot of sheet, and then use the sheets. Put down the map backwards. Actually, you know what? Let me take a look at some of these things. Let's see. Let's go back. Shouldn't be skipping all this dialogue. Okay. Item. Was there a piece of... There's a map. Okay. So it's all clear. But yeah, then we... put something behind these sheets, we line them up, and then we can actually play some music to open up the door. That's what I'm assuming. Score plate C, score plate A. Got it. Interesting. So, file. Let's see, where is back? Back. Okay. Anyways. Guys, thank you very much for attending my stream once more. I really do appreciate that. If you do want me to continue playing this game, please let me know. I really do appreciate that. Since I'm the smallest streamer, I have to kind of like be careful about like what I do utilize my limited time for. And if you do want me to play more 999 and the rest of the games in the series, please let me know in the comments below or in our Discord, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for dropping by, Shark. I appreciate it. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you do want me to continue, or if you can let me know over in our Discord too. I do stream, like I said, Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings. And yeah, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be back with Master of Magic. We're going to continue our pirate campaign in the the modded 1994 strategy game classic. With that said, guys, thank you guys very much. I hope you have an amazing night. I will see you later. Peace be with you.